Number 2, when setting up a local business niche lead gen site with a bunch of different city targeted pages, I presume that you need to have a different fake business address in each city along with a different phone number. And if so, should the fake business name be the same for all locations or different? Okay, no, it should be the same name if it's the same brand, guys. Like, that's the thing. With the NAP, multi-location businesses, the way that you avoid NAP issues, right, is by having the same name. It should be the same name. It's the same brand, right? I hate it when people add the location modifier to the name because it's not the true name of the business. And I know they do it to spam maps. But what happens then is then you end up screwing up the NAP of the business because you're literally have changed the name just to try to game maps. Does that make sense? So why would you do that? So my point is the way you avoid NAP issues with multi-location businesses is you use the same name, but you have a different physical address and a different phone number and preferably a different URL, a unique URL per location. It doesn't have to be a different domain. It just has to be a unique URL. You can use an internal page, an inner page, right? So it would be rootdomain.com/whatever location page slug is, if that makes sense. So you can use a tracking or virtual phone number. You can use what you say fake address or whatever. I typically use real addresses. They're just PO boxes. And then obviously, like I said, so a tracking number, a unique address, and then a unique URL. If you do those 3 things, then the name can be the same and it will not cause NAP issues. What causes NAP issues is when you have the same address or the same phone number or the same web address, but different data on the other points, if that makes sense. That's where it's going to really cause you problems. But Google's definitely allowed or accounted for businesses that have multiple locations. And so the name should be the same as long as the location, the other data points of the NAP are unique. Okay. It's a great question, by the way. Let's see. And also, should you set up a Google My Business page along with local directory profiles for each city, or forget about that? Yeah. If you're going to have, well, for each location, each physical location that you create, you should absolutely have separate citations for each, because they're each separate locations, right? Again, NAP data. So you want to reinforce the NAP data for each location. Well, how do you do that? Why? By publishing citations, which is just a mention of NAP. It can be on structured citation sites like Yelp and business directories, or it can be unstructured citations, which are mentions of the business on non-business directory sites. So like blogs and social properties. All of those are count as citations, right? So